Millions watched as a man who had everything walked away from it all. Luke Nichols seemed unstoppable. 18 million subscribers, billions of views, a YouTube empire built on family adventures in the Alaskan wilderness. He'd traded his law career for campfires and turned outdoor videos into a multi-million-dollar phenomenon. But in May 2025, everything changed. Luke posted a video titled "Goodbye" and shocked the world. What drove him to abandon the dream? The answer involves a missing son, death rumors, overwhelming fame, and a secret that wouldn't surface until months later. The numbers sound impossible. 12 million new subscribers in just 18 months. Content reposted so many times that Luke and his family had been viewed over 4 billion times. That's more than half the planet. What started in 2013 as simple fishing videos on his catfish and carp channel had exploded into something beyond comprehension. Luke had left behind a successful career as a criminal defense attorney in Virginia, where he'd spent over a decade handling DUI and traffic cases. He'd written legal handbooks, built a respected law practice, and seemed set for life in the courtroom. But his heart was in Alaska, in the wilderness where he'd grown up. So he made the leap. The Outdoor Boys channel launched in 2015, featuring Luke and his 3 sons, Tommy, Nate, and Jacob, camping, fishing, building shelters, and cooking over open fires. Families loved it. The authenticity was undeniable. No scripts, no fake drama, just a dad teaching his kids to survive and thrive outdoors. The channel grew fast, then faster, then uncontrollably fast. And that's when the dream started cracking. Fans started noticing something disturbing in mid-2024. Jacob, Luke's youngest son, had disappeared from the videos. The kid who'd been a constant presence since he could walk was suddenly gone. Comment sections exploded with questions. Where's Jacob? Did something happen? Is he safe? The speculation turned dark fast. Some suggested family problems. Others worried about accidents or illness. A few even wondered if something truly terrible had occurred. Luke apparently addressed Jacob's absence in a video, but that explanation seems to have vanished from the internet, leaving fans with nothing but theories and worry. The silence made everything worse. When a family-focused channel suddenly stops featuring a family member without clear explanation, people fill the void with their worst fears. Reports emerged in June 2024 attempting to address the concerns, but no official family statement ever materialized. Jacob has appeared occasionally since then, suggesting nothing sinister happened. Maybe he just didn't want the spotlight anymore. Maybe being recognized everywhere got old. But the mystery of his absence became another crack in the perfect facade Luke had built. March 2024 brought genuine terror. Luke posted a video showing him on a snow machine, traveling 120 miles into remote Alaskan wilderness. He was heading to an off-grid homestead with no communication and only one way out. A bush plane that might not come. "We may not get out of here," he told viewers. Then the video went live and Luke went dark on social media. Days passed. Nothing. Fans panicked. Hashtags trended. People genuinely believed the Outdoor Boys star had perished in the frozen wilderness. The rumors spread like wildfire across TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. Some claimed he'd been kidnapped. Others suggested supernatural encounters. The conspiracy theories got bizarre fast. Of course, Luke was fine. The video itself showed him flying home safely at the end. But the scare revealed something important. The risks Luke took for content were real. Every extreme camping trip in sub-zero temperatures, every dangerous survival challenge, every remote location miles from help, he wasn't faking it for views. The danger was genuine. And eventually, that danger, combined with everything else, would force an impossible choice. When Luke finally explained his departure in May 2025, the pain was obvious. He talked about the exhausting grind. Editing until dawn, packing and unpacking constantly, camping through pneumonia, rebuilding his homestead while injured. The work was relentless. But work wasn't the problem. The attention was. Luke couldn't exist in public anymore. Fans approached constantly, wanting pictures, conversations, autographs. His wife Rebecca couldn't take the kids anywhere without being recognized. Simple errands became ordeals. Family time became performance time. The sheer volume of people trying to contact him, meet him, photograph him had become unbearable. Luke and Rebecca had serious fears about what this level of fame would do to their children's development. They could see the future clearly. More fame, less privacy, no normal childhood. His oldest son, Tommy, wanted to follow in his footsteps and start his own channel. Luke realized he needed to step back and prepare Tommy for adulthood rather than chase more subscribers. The channel had stopped being about family and started being about feeding an insatiable audience. Success had become a trap, and Luke was brave enough to admit it before the damage became permanent. December 2025 dropped a bombshell that changed everything. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints announced 14 new appointments to their Young Men General Advisory Council. Luke Nichols was on that list. Suddenly, the YouTube retirement made perfect sense. Fans immediately connected the dots. Luke had always been open about his Mormon faith. He'd served a 2-year mission in Fukuoka, Japan at age 19. He talked about meeting his wife Rebecca at church after returning. In his farewell video, he'd said fishing wasn't what made him happy. Serving God and being right with his faith brought true joy. But nobody expected this. The church appointment suggested something had been developing behind the scenes for months. Maybe the YouTube decision wasn't just about privacy and fame. Maybe it was about answering a calling Luke considered more important than entertaining millions. The timing seemed too perfect. Quit YouTube in May. Appointed to church leadership in December. People started wondering if Luke had known this was coming. If stepping away from the channel was preparation for something bigger. Something eternal. The revelation added a layer of meaning to his departure that fans hadn't seen coming. Luke didn't have to choose. Plenty of Mormon content creators balance successful channels with active church involvement. But Luke had always operated differently. His channel demanded everything: constant travel, endless editing, perpetual performance. The church council appointment came with its own demands: time, energy, focus, commitment to serving young men across the entire faith. You can't do both at that level. Not really. Not without sacrificing something essential. Think about the weight of that decision. Walking away from 18 million subscribers. Abandoning financial security most people never achieve. Giving up adventures that define your identity. All because you believe there's something more important waiting. Most people would rationalize staying. Find ways to balance both. Convince themselves they could manage. Luke didn't. He looked at his life and recognized the truth. His kids couldn't be normal anymore. His marriage was under strain, and his faith was calling him elsewhere. So he walked away. That takes a kind of courage that's rare. The courage to admit success has become toxic. The courage to choose invisible kingdom work over visible internet fame. The courage to disappoint millions because disappointing your family and your God would hurt worse. That's the heartbreaking part. Luke's story exposes the dark side of internet success. He didn't fail. He succeeded so completely that success destroyed the life he wanted. The platform meant to bring his family together became the thing keeping them from living normally. His kids couldn't just be kids. His wife couldn't go anywhere peacefully. Luke himself had become public property, expected to perform constantly. In late 2025, Luke briefly returned to help another creator whose wife was battling cancer, filming a guest video for My Life Outdoors. Even in stepping back, he found purpose beyond building his own brand. The church appointment suggests he's discovered different work now, serving without cameras or subscribers counting his worth. Whether you agree with his choices or respect his faith, you have to admire someone who walks away when the cost becomes too high. That's the lesson here. Not every opportunity deserves pursuit. Not every success deserves continuation. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is quit while you're ahead. Luke Nichols built an empire, then had the wisdom to walk away from it. That's not failure. That's knowing what actually matters when everything else falls away.